Hello, my name's Mike. Welcome to my channel. I have a comment about a video from the Christian Homestead YouTube channel, and the comments that I have are a little too big for just a comment. Figured I'd do a little video on it. So here we go. Essentially, video is really good, and as a fellow student, I think we're trying to understand what's happening, and it's important for us to be looking and studying. And I really like what this man did. So the thing that I'd like to point out, though, is in Doctrine and Covenants 13, where we are given the priesthood as a church, there's some wording in here that's fascinating. So the end of the verse says, "And this," so this priesthood, "shall never be taken again from the earth until the sons of Levi do again an offering unto the Lord in righteousness." So why was the priesthood taken? Essentially, they didn't have the ability to make offerings. So we have God saying that they will again, and you have this priesthood until. That's really interesting. And so consider that in what this man says in the next portion here.
Because it would clear the way for the Jews to be able to reinstate the temple services, because right now all Jews are considered ritually unclean. This is like the one thing that's stopping them from moving forward, is they have to all be purified by the ashes of the red heifer. After that, then however they choose to do it, they can reinstate temple services. There's still the issue of the Temple Mount. The red heifers wouldn't remove that, but it would clear the way for them to be spiritually ready to reinstate temple services.
I'm imagining people listening to this are saying, but wait, they don't have the priesthood. If you read very carefully in what we have in Doctrine and Covenants, they do have priesthood. Essentially, in verse 18, the Lord confirmed a priesthood and upon Aaron and his seed throughout all their generations, not through some of their generations, it's through all of their generations. I think having this principle in mind that they do have priesthood, they're just unable to act upon it, is interesting, especially when you consider this next portion that he's talking about, where he's essentially questioning whether or not they would be able to, or if they even have priesthood to be able to do it. Those ordinances that they've been given, they still have the priesthood for those ordinances. God is just not giving them the keys. So listen to this next part.
Sanhedrin announces intent to prepare oil to anoint King Messiah and Kohen Gadol, or the high priest. So now they're getting like really ready for Messiah to show up. And this is appropriate because we know the second coming is soon. I wouldn't be surprised if, wait, do I have the picture? Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Christ actually allowed them to do this in their way, to anoint him and accept him. I could be wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is actually part of the process. Not that they would have the priesthood authority to do that, but maybe in some kind of way, it would still happen. I don't know. But either way, you can see how the minds of the Jewish people are being prepared for the second coming.
All right, those were the clips that I wanted to point out. I want to kind of emphasize another principle here, along with the two other videos that I have about this topic. I think it's clear that we are trying to understand what's happening. I really like the detail that this other gentleman had put together in kind of the other red heifers and the other opportunities that are being presented to Israel at this time. I think it's safe to say, though, that we don't fully understand how this is going to play out. And I feel very comfortable in that position, because that is the position of the disciples and the apostles with the time of Jesus. Like, they were with him and they didn't understand what was happening. I always like to say that no one was skipping to the tomb on resurrection morning. And it's because no one understood that was what was going to happen. So the fact that we're a little confused in here is perfectly A-okay. Now, that doesn't eliminate our responsibility to be seeking and looking and trying to understand and turning to the Lord and trying to make sense of it. I think that is what we are tasked to do. But let's be very comfortable that this is probably going to play out different. But it's also really critical to recognize that God is moving here, and it's really exciting times. So there you go. Thanks.